You've been listening to Arkansas Razorback Basketball on your home for the Hogs in Central Arkansas. 103.7 The Buzz. This broadcast was presented by Network Services Group, Bale Chevrolet, Edwards Food Giant, Genesis of Conway, Lion Legal Services, Kaufman by Design West, Malvern National Bank, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, Blackman Auctions, Winrock Automotive, and Chris Crane Hyundai. Another basketball game has wrapped up. It's time for us to put a bow on it.
Handcuff, right side, around Reed to the rim, lays it up and in, and one.
This is the Bet Saracen Basketball Postgame Show on 103.7 The Buzz. Bet Saracen is the sports betting leader in Arkansas. Make sure you have the Bet Saracen app downloaded on your mobile device. Live from Walk-Ons in West Little Rock, here's Wes Moore and Christian Weaver.
Welcome in. What's going on, everybody? Wes Moore and Christian Franklin here with you. Christian Weaver, sorry. Well, my audio's all jacked up, and I'm like, oh, that's way too loud. Where are we on this input? Oh, yeah, it's on high. How's that sound? A little better now? All right, sorry. Got off to a rough start. Glad you're with us. It is the Bet Saracen Razorback Basketball Postgame Show. Christian Weaver and Wes Moore with you at Walk-Ons. Nice crowd today at Walk-Ons. And it was kind of cool at the end of the game. They gave the Razorbacks a little ovation. Everybody in there was happy to get that road win. I think it was I know it was for me. It was a surprising, easy win, Christian. Arkansas has gone on the road and picked up 2 SEC road victories at Oklahoma and Ole Miss, but they weren't easy. This game was easy, and I just didn't see that coming. Did you?
I didn't see it coming. I knew coming into the game that Mississippi State was one of the lesser teams of the SEC, but with Arkansas struggles on the road like they did at Oklahoma, who is another lesser team of the SEC.
And Ole Miss.
Yeah, true. I expected it to be within 10 at least.
When we say, and I've heard Coach Z say it too, that the SEC is just not as strong as it was last year. Last year was, throw that away. That was a crazy
Anomaly.
year.
Yeah.
Yes, you're not going to have a year like that, maybe again in our lifetime. Who knows? But last year was a crazy year. This year, the SEC's down, and all you have to do is look at Mississippi State, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, some of those teams.
South Carolina,
and
quite a few of them.
Mississippi State's got 3 SEC wins. And I'm like, how in the world does that team have 3 SEC wins? So you looked it up.
Yeah, they had beat LSU, Texas, which was a bad loss for Texas, who's playing right now against Ole Miss. And who was the other one that they beat?
LSU, Texas, and Oklahoma.
Oklahoma, yeah.
So, yeah, the SEC's down. Mississippi's, they have Josh Hubbard. And that Epps kid, usually when those two play well, then they have a chance. And Epps did not play well at all today. I think he hit a basket late in the game. Yeah, he hit a 3 late in the game. Finished with 3 points. And they did a pretty good job on Hubbard. Hubbard had 16 points. I think 10 in the first half, or maybe 12 in the first half. Heck, I've got it right here.
I think it was 10.
Tell you for sure. But in the second half, they did a much better job on Hubbard. Yeah, Hubbard was 4 for 5 in the first half with 10 points. Second half, 4 for 5 in the first half. Second half, Hubbard went from the floor 3 of 10. So they did a much better job on Hubbard holding him to, and he missed all 4 of his 3-point attempts in the second half. So, you know what? Mission accomplished on Hubbard. Mission accomplished on getting a 20-point road victory that, look, we got to talk about it. They only had 7 players. 2 guys out. Carter Knox did not play. Knee injury for Carter. Coach Z said on the pregame show it's not believed to be serious, like this is a long-term thing. And DJ Wagner, dealing with an ankle injury. Once again, not believed to be serious or a long-term, like a high ankle sprain that could keep him out for 4 to 6 weeks. In fact, they tried all week to get DJ ready, but just could not go today. So out of your 8 guys that normally play, you're down to 6. Isaiah Seeley comes in, and I thought he gave him a boost.
Good minutes, yeah. Gave him 3 blocks, had a couple points, or 2 points, or 4 points. He had 4, didn't he?
He had, he had, for the game, he had 4 in the second half. He had 6.
6?
Yeah, he was 3 of 6 from the floor. He missed a three, but he had a rebound. He had a couple blocks. He had a couple assists.
Yeah.
So he was active when he was in there and played good defense. I thought he was getting after them, and he did. He gave them a boost, and like you said, gave them good minutes, much-needed minutes, 15 minutes off the bench.
Yeah, and the player that played the least was Malik Ewan, who's been a guy that's gave you a lot of minutes over the past SEC play, really.
I would say out of the 7 guys that played,
he was the least impactful.
yeah, and he played the least amount of minutes, and it was deserving in the second half. Malik Ewan did not play a whole lot. Nick Pringle got most of the minutes in the second half. Second half minutes for Malik Ewan, 3. So Nick Pringle played 17 minutes in the second half.
If you remember last week, Pringle got an F- on our grade because he played 13 minutes and did absolutely nothing, like 0 positive stats on the entire game. But he turned it around today. He had 6 points, 11 rebounds.
11 rebounds.
Yeah.
Had 7 rebounds in the second half.
That's what we need right there.
Yeah, hey, way to go, Nick. And
Good game.
That's what you want to see out of a player. Look, everybody's going to have a bad game. These are humans,
Right.
And they're also young men. Some of them kids. Pringle, I'll say, is a young man since he's been playing for like
25?
6 years. But look, he's still going to have a bad game. How do you respond? As a competitor, you would hope he comes out the next game and plays really well. He did. So kudos to Nick Pringle.
I think the takeaway this game, and there's not going to be much negative to be said about this game. You dominated almost the entire way through. We started at 0 for 5 from the field, and then from there it was.
I wrote it down. Arkansas starts 0 for 5, then they went 4 for 5 in their next, it looked like it was going to be another slow start. And then they hit some shots, got going, and at the first media timeout, it was 10-9 Mississippi State. So they were right there. It wasn't a great start for Arkansas. It just wasn't a typical bad start for
And then
Arkansas.
they were up like 29-16 at one point. It wasn't particularly close once Arkansas started hitting some shots. And I think the takeaway of this game is Mississippi State's not very good. They're just not a very good team.
They're not good, and when Hubbard doesn't just play out of his mind, they have no chance.
Yeah.
And with only 16 points from Hubbard and 3 for Epps, they're not going to beat many teams at all. Maybe nobody if they only get 19 combined points from those 2 guys.
And this was a good game to be down 2 people, I guess.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, and look, the crowd.
We didn't play Florida this weekend.
And I hate to call it a crowd because one time, and I only saw it once, they took a really wide shot coming out of a commercial break, and you could see the lower bowl, and there were like
maybe it was the second half.
2,000 people.
Out of here.
Maybe so. Maybe they left at halftime, but it wasn't much of a crowd, so that wasn't a factor. Mississippi State not much of a factor. And look, and I was pleased with Arkansas's defense. In the first half, they held Mississippi State to 30 points, so I thought they played better defensively. Second half, there was a moment where we're all watching. We're like, you know what? I got to give him some kudos right now. We were sitting with A.J. Hurtado, and when Arkansas hit the 70-point, he said, this should be it. This should be ball game.
Yeah.
Mississippi State only scored 68. It was. That was ball game. But there was a point where, like, just pull it out, work the shot clock, take your time. And Arkansas took like 3 shots in a row really quick in the shot clock, and Mississippi State got 4 straight dunks. And Calipari called timeout. They came back from commercial break, and Arkansas held them scoreless for like 3 minutes. So the message was sent. Arkansas got patient on offense, started working the clock. Then the game was over, and there was no chance for there weren't enough possessions left for Mississippi State to come back.
I think you could tell a lot of the game. I mean, you only had 6 players pretty much, but or 7. You could tell that the guys were just gassed.
Oh, my gosh. There was a point, and let me say the key part of the game, if we want to break it down, Arkansas went on a 19-2 run in the first half, and that's what got them that big lead midway through the first half. That was the ball game right there. But Mississippi State started clawing back.
They had it within 10.
They were within 7. They got it to 7, and there was about a minute and a half left, and somebody was fouled. And it was Brazil, I think, was fouled. They were going to the free throw line. And they showed a wide shot of the court. All 5 of the Razorbacks had their hands on their knees or on their shorts, bent over. And I'm like, they are beat. They are done. I'm like, this could get back. You know what? Mississippi State could claw in this and have it really close at half because they had nothing left. Arkansas went on a 6-0 run from that point, had a 13-point lead. That Acuff three right at the buzzer was huge. And
that's Malik Thomas steal into Acuff 3.
That was a very big play from the two freshmen that, you know what, if Mississippi State had closed it to within 2 or 4, they go in the locker room thinking we can win this game.
Yeah.
Instead, Arkansas guts it out, 6-0 run to end the first half, and Mississippi State goes to the locker room with a lot of doubt in their mind. So I thought that was probably the second biggest moment of the game.
And then in the second half, it just wasn't close at all.
No, I didn't take a whole lot of notes in the second half because Arkansas was just doing what they wanted to offensively. All right, that's getting us started right there. Here's the plan. We will take your phone calls if you want to get involved, 661-1037. And I will be checking the Middleton Heat and Air text line. You can text us on that same number, 661-1037. We will hand out our grades as always, and we'll talk about some of the key players in this game for Arkansas. And it was a much-needed change for this team after what we saw against Kentucky and and to be honest with you, some of the previous SEC games where Arkansas had the mentality, we're just going to outscore you and we're not worried about playing defense. Today,
this was a good defensive game.
They played some defense.
This was against a team.
A bad team, yeah. But Hubbard is good. And
but we played Oklahoma and they scored a ton too.
That's exactly right. Ole Miss is a bad team. Remember the second half? They scored over 50 points against Arkansas. So these are still college athletes, college basketball players. They know how to score, and today, against a bad team, they kept them from scoring a lot. Let's take our first break. We'll take some phone calls when we come back. Like I said, 661-1037. We are live at Walk-Ons, and this is the Bet Saracen Razorback Basketball Postgame Show.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong, right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Brand new players get a 100% profit boost just for downloading the Bet Saracen app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Taking a Cadillac is more than just taking a drive. It elevates every journey. It's the smooth excitement of an all-electric Lyriq, the exhilarating thrill of pushing the limits in a Cadillac Optic, the liberating freedom in the expansive XT6, or the confidence that commands attention in an Escalade or Escalade IQ. Discover which Cadillac is right for you and elevate every journey. Visit your Cadillac showroom today.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
For 55 years, you've trusted Sigma Supply for all your packaging and shipping needs. And now, as part of Brady Plus, they've got even more to offer. From janitorial supplies, facility supplies, and food service disposables, Sigma Supply has you covered. Ordering is a breeze with over 50,000 new products online at sigmasupply.com. Call or text sales manager David Breitenberg at 501-617-4600 and ask for the Buzz discount now because it's there. And remember, if you're not using Sigma Supply that is now part of Brady Plus, you've got low-grade product, man.
You can sense the intensity as they await the arrival of the Arkansas Big Buck Classic. The outdoorsmen make their way to the state fairgrounds. Everything is riding on this event, and here come the biggest bucks of the year. So wherever you're listening around the state, it's Big Buck Classic time in Arkansas.
Arkansas Roundballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screwy-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Brooke here, and at Chris Crane Hyundai, we've got a huge selection of pre-loved vehicles like never before. Late models loaded with new technology? Check. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Silverados, Civics, Broncos, and more. Check, check, check. Banks that love to say yes? You know it.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway and online at chriscranehyundai.com.
Arkansas by 17. State with the basketball, 9:35 to go. Warren, top of the circle. Left side, King Grace, baseline drive, cut off, threw it into the backcourt. Seeley goes and gets it. Isaiah to the other end, lays it in off a Euro step. Seeley with the basket, 4 for Isaiah. It's 70-51.
How about Isaiah Seeley? That was nice. You know, it's a good story, too, because, I mean, this was a good recruit. I mean, he could have gone a lot of places, chose to go to Arkansas, the home state school, and has been patiently waiting his turn, especially in the SEC. And I hate it a couple of times when they empty the bench. He's out there with the other guys.
The guys that are glorified.
And they are terrible, and Isaiah doesn't. There's not a chance, really, to show what you can do, and he can only show what he can do in practice. And today he finally gets a chance. And you know what? He took the opportunity and he ran with it.
I think he had 3 blocks in like 6 minutes in the first half, or maybe 9 minutes.
Arkansas had 7 blocks, a season high 7 blocks for one half in the first half. And they finished, with 2 more blocks in the second half, a total of 9. But, yeah, Isaiah Seeley had 3 block shots in 15 minutes, very active. He is one of those guys that's he's taller than it appears.
Right.
And then he plays a little bit bigger. And I think it surprises the opponents, and they think they can just go up and take a shot or take him to the basket. And he's bigger than them, and he just blocks his shot.
He's like 6'8", isn't he?
I think I would say he's a legit 6'7", and he could be 6'8".
He's a good forward size.
You know, and he honestly took Carter Knox's minutes and performed better than Carter Knox in some games this year.
Usually does, at least.
Yeah, 3 of 6 from the floor. I love how he's one of my biggest pet peeves is watching players, and I pick on Brazil, and I will give him kudos, but players who just stand on offense. Mm-hmm. In basketball, you got to be moving. You need to be cutting. You need to be – if you don't have the ball, that doesn't mean you can't score. And so when you cut to the basket, that's an opportunity. That's what Isaiah Seeley was doing, cutting to the basket. Today, there was a time that Trevin Brazil was on the baseline, standing out there. Normally, Trevin Brazil just stands there when the guard drives in, hoping he kicks it out to him.
Right.
This time he cut to the basket, and you know what happened?
He dumped it off to him.
They threw it up for an alley-oop, and he slammed it down. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Right.
If you would do that a lot more, you'll get a lot more alley-oop, easy dunks. But all it takes is a little effort and just constant motion. Move. Don't rely on your teammates to kick it out to you for a wide-open 3. And honestly, Brazil's been turning down a lot of 3s. So if you're not going to take it, then do something else.
What did he shoot from 3 today?
Trevin was 2 for 6. That's what he turned. He
turned down about 4 wide open 3s.
Yeah, there was one time he caught it at the top, wide open. They were playing a little zone, not a good zone.
No, it wasn't.
And he stood there for about a second with the ball, nobody around him, and I think the entire bar here at Walk-Ons was like, shoot! And he passed it to a wide Billy Richmond. That's how bad their zone were. Both of them were wide open. And it wasn't like it was because of great ball movement. and he passed it to Billy Richmond, and Billy Richmond took the wide open three. And I was like, you know what? I'd rather Trevor Brazile take the wide open three than Billy Richmond.
I think I'd almost rather anyone other than Pringle take it than Richmond.
Billy was 0 for 2 today from the three-point line. He has improved this year, a better three-point shooter, but 0 for 2 today. Trevin was 2 for 6. Darius Acuff was 3 for 5 behind the three-point line. And Malik Thomas was 3 for 8. And look, he had one that rimmed out. I mean, It was like halfway down and just rimmed out, or he'd have been 4 for 8. Pretty good shooting game. You take the two freshmen, they were 6 of 13.
Much better than last week when I think he only took 1 3 the entire game.
He has been driving the ball more, and that's fine. But when you do get an open three, there was one that I was disappointed in. I think it was after a timeout. They ran a set play, and they ran it and got him wide open, baseline three, and he missed it. And I'm like, you got to make that one.
Right.
That play was set up for you. They get it to you, wide open, nobody around you. Got to make that.
I was happy with the way he played today, at least.
No doubt. Played all 40 minutes.
All 40?
He played all 40 minutes.
What did Acuff play, 38?
Yep. Brazile played 40, and Malik Thomas played 40. There was a point in the game, and Malik went out, and he was dead tired. I mean, he may have asked out. I don't know. I didn't see his hand go up, but I noticed he was going to the bench. I was like, oh, wow. They're taking Acuff out. What are they going to do? And Billy ran point guard. It was the first time that Billy Richmond had ran the point guard this year. We saw it last year.
A little bit last year,
a lot, but this year he hasn't been running point guard I don't think at all. And they had 2 possessions, and they got 2 scores. And I think he scored on one of them. He dove in from the top of the key and made a layup. But they were 2 for 2 with him with Acuff on the bench. And let's see. Let me look at the plus minus for Acuff. Would he? Acuff is a plus 20. I thought he would.
Is that tied for the highest?
The top 3 guys, Malik Thomas, Darius Acuff, and Trevor Brazile were plus 20. I guess Mississippi State scored those 2 possessions also, and so there was no change in the plus minus. We do have Coach Calipari, his opening statements after the victory. Let's hear from Coach Cal.
I was kind of excited about the game, and I told the team that, and the reason is you go through a season and things happen, and you got to say, all right, let's figure this out. And when DJ's ankle and Carter's knee, okay, they're out. Now we got 6, but it gave Isaiah a chance, and Isaiah looked really good today. Now, he had to do his stuff, and I told him he would. You'll do stuff, and then you'll try to do something crazy, which he was, like it's a pickup game. But he defended. He got 3 blocks. So now we found another play. And we had to do it on the road with a team that can really get going and score the ball, with guards that can really shoot. But it was a good first 8 minutes. And I'm saying the first 4 minutes, first 4 to 5 minutes of the game, first 4 to 5 minutes of the half. Let's go. We got to get better at that stuff.
You'll never hear a coach actually tell the truth.
That's what do you say? A good shooting team. A good. Good luck tonight.
A good a good offense.
Yeah.
And some good scoring guards or something like that.
Good shooting guard.
I guess Hubbard is.
Yeah,
Hubbard is.
All right. And Epps can. We didn't see it today from Epps, but like I said, they're college players, they're SEC players.
Yeah. I would not categorize them as a good offensive team.
It would be refreshing, though, to say, you know what, this team's not very good.
They were outmatched.
We're just more talented than them, and today I'm proud of our guys that they didn't overlook them and came in and played hard and took care of business like they're supposed to.
They'll never do it.
Probably wouldn't make any friends in the SEC. No. And Calipari's already got a target on his back, and people want to beat his team so bad. So, he takes the high road. I'm good with that. Hey, 661-1037, if you'd like to join us, your thoughts on the Razorbacks' 20-point victory over Mississippi State. 88-68 your final. Arkansas improves to 17-6 overall. They're now 7-3 in the SEC, which means they'll only be a game behind either first place A&M or first place Florida. They're going to play. Is that tonight?
Yes.
We'll take a look at the scoreboard later on in the show. But, yeah, A&M and Florida play later today, and they're both tied for first place. You got Kentucky a half game ahead of Arkansas right now. They have not had their bye yet, so they played one more game. Kentucky will be in action against Tennessee, right?
Yes, both those games will be at 7:30.
Okay, well, we got a little something to watch tonight. I didn't realize they were both night games, and that's two good games that with four teams at the top of the schedule. That's one of the things that I noticed when I did a breakdown. And by the way, Coach Z on the postgame show, which you guys know I love Coach Z, comes on Out of Bounds once a week with us, and I respect the heck out of him, but I do disagree. He said on the postgame show, I don't disagree with his opinion. He said he likes the second half schedule. And that's fine. If you like the second half schedule, your tougher games at home, some of your easier games on the road, I understand what he's saying there. But to say that the second half is easier than the first half, I totally disagree with and think that's wrong.
Yeah.
I did the math in the Razorbacks' first half schedule, the first 9 games. The teams had a losing record that they played. I believe it was 34-35. They were 4 games. Yeah. They were under 500. The second half of the schedule, the teams have a winning record over 500. I believe it was 9 games over 500. And when you throw in A&M and Florida, Alabama, Auburn, Missouri a couple times, it's a tougher second half schedule. I would argue with Coach Z. It is a tougher second half schedule than it is the first half. That's why it was so important to win this morning and then to win at LSU. You've got to take it. This is not about going to the NCAA tournament or how far they advance in the tournament. I'm only talking if you want to compete for an SEC title, you have to beat Mississippi State and you have to beat LSU.
Yeah, I don't think there's much of an argument. The second half is more difficult than the first half was. Like we got LSU coming up. LSU is not a very good basketball team. They're okay.
And that's really it. Out of the next 7 games, the rest are against good teams.
Well, you get Auburn at home at least. Then you got to go to Alabama, which is a tough one. You get Missouri at home. Missouri's 15-7, but I'm not.
Missouri is really good at home. If you'll look at their splits, they're good at home and not very good on the road.
Well, we get them at home.
You also have them on the road.
Yeah, later in March.
The last game of the season. So that is one of those where you better take care of Missouri at home because they haven't shown a lot on the road this season.
Missouri up 78-59 on South Carolina.
At home?
Road.
On the road?
Yeah.
All
South
right.
Carolina's.
They're bad.
Yeah, they got beat by 50-something by Florida.
I watched the South Carolina LSU game last Saturday.
Why did you do that to yourself?
Maybe something to do with Bet Saracen.
Oh, okay.
And it was god-awful. It was horrible basketball. It was so bad. You know, South Carolina's got Michi Johnson.
Again, yeah.
Yeah, and he was playing well, and it's a tight game at the end of regulation, and the last 3 possessions, Michi didn't get a shot off. Mm. He was giving it up to other players who were taking shots, and they missed all 3. And they go to overtime, and LSU beat them in overtime. And I was like, God, I can't believe I just watched this game. It was so bad. They're both bad teams. So I know LSU gave Arkansas a heck of a game against and LSU, that DJ Deaton. He's a nice player.
Yeah.
He torched Arkansas when they were in Fayetteville. He did not play against South Carolina. So I don't know what his status, if he's going to play today or if he played. I think LSU was off midweek.
They were.
Okay.
They got Georgia today.
So I don't know if he'll play or if he'll be able to play Tuesday against Arkansas, but that's the guy for LSU. They got to shut him down just like they did Hubbard today, and if they do, they'll have a very good chance to go to Baton Rouge. Although, tell you what, Arkansas has struggled at the PMAC for years. And I know when we did our projection and game-by-game prediction on how Arkansas would do before the season started, or before the SEC season started, I picked them to lose at LSU, just because it seems like they do every year.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I think if you get a split with LSU, you'll be okay.
No, not now. LSU's not very good.
They're not.
And you need to do what you did today. And I'll say this. I thought Coach Calipari nailed it when he said when they were playing with they knew 2 guys were out and they had their 6 guys, and it was going to give Isaiah Sealy a chance to play. I think that gives the team a midseason spark in a crazy way. When you have guys go down and all this, it's different. It's just, it's human nature. when you get in a rut and it's the same thing over and over and over again, you get in a little bit of a rut. And I think today pulled them out of the rut because their mentality had to change. You know what? It's us. It's only us. It's just us 6, 7 guys. And we're going to have to come together and do something a little different, maybe play a little bit harder. Maybe that's what sparked them a little bit today. But it was a definite change with the way the team played. And when Seeley got that alley-oop dunk when he first came in, the bench erupted. And you saw how happy they were for him and how excited they were for him.
Do you think Seeley probably not, but do you think Seeley parlayed his success into potentially more minutes?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. But.
I'm afraid, and I know Coach said, and we just heard him, he said that, he needs more minutes. When I see it, I'll believe it. But I don't see if Carter Knox and DJ Wagner are back Tuesday, and we don't know. They may not be back. But if they're back Tuesday, I don't see Seeley getting 15 minutes. Maybe he comes in for a 3-minute stretch.
That's what I was thinking, maybe like 5 minutes.
Maybe, but I'll believe it when I see it.
If Pringle plays like he did against Kentucky last week, if Ewan plays like he did today, then maybe you put Seeley in there for a couple minutes spell.
So what do? You go small ball and put Brazil at the 5 and Seeley in?
Maybe.
Dang,
Knox kind of takes those minutes.
I'm sorry. I just looked at the caller board. We got a bunch of guys on hold. Let's run through these calls. Sorry for making y'all wait. We'll start with Jason. He's in the Spa City. What's up, Jason? Welcome into the Bet Saracen Razorback Basketball Postgame Show.
Hey, Wess, you doing okay up there in Little Rock?
Yeah, man. It's a good day. Razorbacks win, and we're having fun.
Yeah, I just want to talk to you guys, you and Kristen, about the game, and we won by 20, and so I enjoyed it. So we I had to go back to Bayville and get ready for it against LSU on Tuesday. I know LSU's not that good. So how's Arkansas going to win on go to Baton Rouge and get a win on their home field? I know DJ and Carter's not going to play. So if Philly's going to get pretty good minutes when DJ and Carter not playing. And I ain't going to listen. Thank you, Wes.
Thanks a lot, Jason. I wouldn't say that they're not going to play. It sounded like listening to Coach Z on the pregame show that they were hopeful that DJ would be back today, that they've been doing a lot of rehab and trying to get that ankle good enough. And just, he was doubtful last night. They ruled him out to this morning. So maybe with a couple, another 48 hours of rehab that DJ could be back. Carter Knox, they didn't say anything about his knee injury except that it is not believed to be a serious, long-term type injury for Carter Knox. So we'll just have to wait and see if they're able to play. But, look, if not, you saw the recipe today. You're going to have Seeley come in and be the 7th man. You're going to have a couple guys play 40 minutes. You know what? Billy Richmond, stay out of foul trouble in the first half, and he would have been up there with, upper 30s, but he had to come out in the first half due to those 2 fouls, although he didn't have another foul in the second half. Billy plays so hard, though, I don't know if he can go 40 minutes. I think he's the type of guy that you might need to get him out a couple of minutes each half.
His motor runs too hot.
Oh, my gosh. He played well. I mean, we'll get to that in a second, but he played so well.
I think even without those 2 guys, Arkansas can beat LSU on the road. There's no question in my mind.
No doubt.
Maybe even should.
Billy Richmond in the second half, without any fouls, played 17 minutes. So they had to give him 3 minutes of rest. And so he's a guy, to me, he can go 34 minutes if he stays out of foul trouble. And when he was in today, the team was different.
Oh, I feel like that's the case with him all the time. When he's in, the team's different.
Yeah. All right, more phone calls. Let's go now to Richard. Richard joins us. Welcome into the show. What's up, Richard?
Yeah, 2 things I had questions about. I could have sworn I heard from some of Calipari's press conference though. Still, I'm proud of the way we played still yet. A couple of guys our guys are hurt, and everything, and didn't necessarily get the start because of that. But yet, on the other hand, I thought he said we were playing to improve our seeding was one thing. And did I see that Malik Ewing had a shoulder wrap? Is he going to be able to at least help us some?
Yeah, thanks for the call, Richard. Coach Cal, I mean, guys, this is a tournament team. They're going to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, no question.
So right now, all you're trying to do, I saw Lenardi had Arkansas as a 6 seed today. And so you lose this game, then all of a sudden you're a 7 seed, and you lose some more. You don't want to be a 10 or 11 seed. This team's good enough to be a 4 seed. I mean, if you run the table, you could be a 3 or maybe a 2 seed. If you ran the table, won the SEC tournament, yeah, you could be a 2 seed. But that's what he means. We're playing for seeding right now. And as far as I didn't notice the shoulder wrap on Malik Ewan.
I didn't either.
I wouldn't say I was paying attention. Ewan didn't play that much, not hardly any in the second half. But let's see, his second half, 3 minutes. And maybe that's something. Maybe you caught something that I didn't notice, that his shoulder's bothering him, and that's why he was ineffective today and why he didn't play as many minutes. For the game, he played 11 minutes, 8 in the first half, 3 in the second half. So maybe you're onto something. I'll have to go back and look, and I got to think this week was very physical. Like one of those weeks that they may have got some shoulder pads from the football team and told the guys to get after it. And maybe that's why we see a couple of injuries, ankle injury, knee injury, maybe Ewan's shoulder injury. But you know what? Sometimes you got to do that and make the team tougher, and they played a little tougher today. Not that they're there, but it's a step. It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah, we saw, it was 2 weeks ago, he's like, maybe this is a team that doesn't have to play or doesn't have to practice 6 times a week. Maybe we'll practice 5 times a week. I bet they practiced 6 times.
He actually gave them off Sunday and Monday.
Really?
Yeah, Tuesday was their first practice. Yep. And tomorrow they'll be off. I bet Monday's light. I mean, you think of the minutes, easily, I bet, and you're turning around and playing Tuesday, I bet it's a light practice. Let's take Hurricane's call real quick. What's up, Hurricane?
How you doing, Buck?
I'm good.
Wes, I watched the whole game today, and Arkansas beat 8. They beat the 5 players and the 3 officials because those officials was calling a whole bunch of junk against Arkansas, and those guys be mugging the Arkansas players, and the officials did not blow a whistle.
Kane, it was crazy. No, real quick. And I was like, they're letting them play today. That's awesome. Because, think about it. Arkansas's only got 7 guys, and you get a bunch of guys in foul trouble. What are you going to do? You're going to Carletta? You're going to somebody else on the bench that we don't know their name? But they were letting them play. And then all of a sudden they would call a ticky-tack foul. You're like, what was that? You didn't even hardly touch him. So weird. It was a very weird. Yeah, I saw it.
Then you could call the game down the middle instead of calling it one-sided. I was getting ticked off, but I say, okay, Arkansas is going to beat the 5 players and the 3 officials, and that's how I see it. Wes, talk to you next weekend, buddy.
Yeah, I was glad they let them play because I was worried. When Billy got in foul trouble, I was like, what's about to happen? Hey, did y'all notice?
Fouls in the game.
Yeah, they let them play. 23 total fouls. But there were a couple just like, what? If you're going to let them push and bump each other and allow a lot of contact, don't call that little ticky-tack touch foul. I mean, one time it was Darius Acuff, and Acuff was like, what did I do? And they went to a commercial break. And, of course, they're not going to show the replay of that. They were showing the replay of a made basket. They come back from break and never showed it. And we're at walk-ons. If I'm at home, I rewind it and go, did he touch him? There was a time where Acuff went up for a layup, and it looked like he got his legs taken out from underneath him, and there was no foul called. And Acuff got up like, where's the foul? They showed the replay of that. He was never touched. Acuff was too far underneath the basket and had to lean back to get the shot off, and he made it. It was a great shot, but he didn't get hit, and the referee did get that one. But, yeah, Kane, it was very strange, but I'll take it.
I was fine with the way it was officiated.
Yeah.
Overall.
Arkansas did not need a foul fest today. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we can take some more calls, 661-1037. We'll grade the players' performance, and I'll check the Middleton Heat and Air text line, and we'll continue with the Bet Saracen Arkansas Razorbacks postgame show live from Walk-Ons.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus, lots of fun choices. Like ping pong, right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Brand new players get a 100% profit boost just for downloading the Bet Saracen app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Taking a Cadillac is more than just taking a drive. It elevates every journey. It's the smooth excitement of an all-electric Lyric, the exhilarating thrill of pushing the limits in a Cadillac Optic, the liberating freedom in the expansive XT6, or the confidence that commands attention in an Escalade or Escalade IQ. Discover which Cadillac is right for you and elevate every journey. Visit your Cadillac showroom today.
This is Justin Acree. If hand or wrist pain is getting in the way of your daily life, it's time to see the specialists at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital at UAMS Health. Their fellowship-trained hand and wrist surgeons treat everything from arthritis and fractures to nerve injuries and carpal tunnel. And with Arkansas's only hand trauma telemedicine program, advanced care is available around the clock. Call Ortho at 501-686-TOSH to schedule your appointment today and get back to living pain-free. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now.
Check out the new clothing at Bell & Swart in Conway. A new cricket polo with Razorback logo, button-downs, vests, sweaters, slacks with UCA or Arkansas gear from Johnny O and Peter Millar. Great staff, fantastic service. Bell & Swart, the only Central Arkansas men's store with a tailor on staff to fit you. So go now to Bell & Swart, 1011 Oak Street in Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Is your yard ready for whatever Mother Nature throws your way? At Acadi's Touch Landscaping, we make sure it is. Whether it's weatherizing your flower beds for the seasons ahead, building strong retaining walls to prevent erosion, or installing French drains to keep water where it belongs, we've got you covered. And when it's time to elevate your outdoor space, we build custom decks perfect for relaxing or entertaining. Call 501-794-2770 to transform your yard into a space you love, rain or shine. Acadi's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770, where we bring the green to your life.
Heads up, guys. Valentine's Day is coming up quick. If you haven't ordered your gifts yet, don't wait until the last minute. Get to it with Tipton & Hurst, the state's premier florist, offering guaranteed satisfaction with every order for 140 years. Grab your Valentine's flowers early and get rewarded with free roses later. See store for details. Buy your flowers, chocolates, gifts, and more at one of Tipton & Hurst's 5 locations in Little Rock, Conway, Palm Bluff, North Little Rock, Rogers, or at tiptonhurst.com.
Acuff drives around McGee on the other end, gets in the lane, kicks it away to Brazil, top of the circle. He'll go low. Richmond on the low block, puts it up and in. Billy Richmond with the basket. He's got 12. Hogs by 16 again, 56-40.
Nice game from Billy Richmond once again. 14 points. He was 7 of 11 from the floor, had 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Just 1 turnover, had a block shot. That was a good block shot. I remember that.
Yep.
Played 25 minutes. Would have played more, but he got in foul trouble in the first half and had to go to the bench. But Another good game from Billy Richmond. We will hand out some grades here in a few minutes. Let's go to the Middleton Heat and Air text line. First one up, 970 says Malik Ewan hurt his shoulder.
Okay.
Thank you. That is something we did not catch. You know, and I love watching the game here at Walk-Ons, just being a part of the environment and all the Razorback fans. But there is time.
We miss stuff.
We miss things. We're talking with some of our listeners, which I really enjoy, meeting people and putting faces with some of our callers. And then sometimes you're talking at your table, and you do. You miss things that when you're sitting at the house and the audio is, blaring at your house. You hear things, but no, miss that. Thank you for letting us know. 501 says, there are some things I want to talk about. First, I think this was a strategic move of mental motivation from Coach Cal to Carter Knox and DJ Wagner. Cal knew he would beat Mississippi State without those two, especially with no game during the week. It can backfire for him. Those two might transfer. I don't think they were hurt. 2, I always wondered why the way Coach Cal recruits, he only plays 7 or 8 guys. Well, that's because he doesn't develop his bench. All right, 2 things to discuss. A, I disagree.
Yeah.
I do not think those guys were
held out.
Held out, yeah. They weren't if they were healthy enough to play, they would have been in there.
Yeah.
These guys are competitors. Look, Arkansas is only guaranteed today 9, 1 game in the SEC, 1 in the 11 more games. That's all you're guaranteed. 11 more games. And I guess you're not guaranteed this. I mean, they could fall apart and lose the last 9 games.
10,
so you're guaranteed 10 games. No coach is going to be able to hold them out.
No.
I mean, he could sit them and not play them, but those guys weren't even dressed out. They showed them on the bench. They had on T-shirts. They didn't have their uniform on. So I disagree with that.
If this was an NCAA tournament game, I'm sure at least DJ Wagner would have went,
Yeah.
But
probably both.
He didn't need him.
Yeah. Point number 2, Coach Cal has talked about this over and over. He likes playing with a small bench. That's just the way he feels like you don't have to worry about guy number 9, 10, 11, 12 being upset and creating a bad locker room.
He said in the post game, right after the game, he was like, I kind of like playing with this little players. He said he took a team from UMass, he took a team from Memphis, he took a team from Kentucky to the Final Four, and when he only played, 5 or 6 guys. So
yeah.
He likes playing with less players.
Yeah. I mean, when you get to the NCAA tournament, you can.
It's 7.
Because you play a game, you get a day off. Play a game, then if you win, you get another 5 days off. Play a game, get a day off, so you can do it. Look, this dude's a Hall of Famer. If that's what he wants to do, there's different ways to win. You can go 10 like Nolan, or who was it this year? One of the teams played like 12. It was South Carolina.
It's not working out for a lot
No,
of them,
but they were playing 10, 11 guys every single game, like double-digit minutes.
Yeah, not working out well for them. But then Oklahoma's on the flip side, and they only have 6 or 7 guys, and it's not working out well for them either. Just depends on the players you get.
870 says Mississippi State before today was 3-3 in the SEC. They can't be terrible. That's Scott. No, Scott, they were 3-6.
Yeah.
We addressed that. Their 3 wins were against
3-7.
3-7 now. They beat Oklahoma, LSU, and Texas,
which is a bad loss.
And I think that does show you too. The bottom part of the SEC is not very good.
No, it's
I think I mean, you may not agree with us, but Mississippi State's not very good. On a given night, could they pull off an upset? Yes, but
overall that is not a very good basketball team.
They have to all be clicking, and that means Hubbard. That means Epps. The big man. What was his name? They played well today. Yeah, they set him up, and he basically were all dunks because of Hubbard or a guard driving
very
in
easy
and
baskets.
Dishing off.
First win at Mississippi State since what year?
2015, right?
Sir.
I wrote it down. That was the Bobby Portis year. Yep, 2015. 501 says, yes, Malik Ewan had an ice pad on his right shoulder and was grimacing on the bench. I appreciate you guys.
Okay. Well, hopefully he's available Tuesday.
I enjoy listening to the Wizard, his analysis. He's very insightful.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Is that Christian's mom?
Maybe.
No, I'm kidding.
What's the number? Let me see.
I love having Christian on here. If you take into account just SEC games, there is a distinct pattern in the way the games, at least the games we are in, are officiated. Typically, they let them play in the first half and then start calling picky fouls in the second half. One of the main things that bugged me today was how they were letting Mississippi State get away with walking on drives to the basket.
Did happen a couple times.
As far as calling walks, how many times have you seen it even called on anyone this year? It's strange. Coach Z was on with us Tuesday, and I complained about the Kentucky game. I said I thought the officials blew it in the first half. They should have known. This is Arkansas, Kentucky. Mm-hmm. It is going to be intense. These players are going to get after it. If you want to set the tone, you do it early, and you call some fouls and let them know, and you tell them we're not going to put up with this. But they let them play in the first half, and they started, bumping, hitting. It was a physical game. They started jawing, and then it got out of hand, and then the second half they started calling everything.
In general, I would rather it be flipped where you said, like you said, you set the tone early, and then you let them play in the second half, the more important half.
Yes. Yeah, I thought they just – anyway, Coach Z, to finish the story, said, I get your point. I see what you did. They could have set the tone early. He said, well, I don't get these days. It's traveling. I don't know what traveling is anymore. He goes, I am an expert on that. I watch that, and I see it all the time. We saw it today with the Mississippi State, the white kid they brought in off the bench. He was down low, pivoting, picked up his pivot foot and jumped off his other foot for a layup. And I'm like, that's a walk. That you can't do that. That puts the defense at an unfair advantage. They've got him sealed off. He's pivoting, and then jumps off his other foot and picks up his pivot foot.
It wasn't a step through?
No.
Okay.
He picked up his foot and jumped with the other foot. So anyway, yes, the walks and traveling, it's migrated down from the NBA to the college level, and they are letting them get away with some things. Bad take on holding DJ out on purpose. He played his best half against Kentucky. Yeah,
he did play well the other.
First half against Kentucky was really good. Then why does he have so many coaches? Oh, he was talking about with all the players he recruits, and he only plays 8 guys or 8 guys. Why does he have so many coaches? So each coach can.
Yeah, they each get a player.
Yeah. You get him. You get him. You get that guy. No, but he has one coach that's preparing right now for Saturday's game against. Is it Alabama Saturday or Auburn?
Yeah. Auburn. They host Auburn.
So he's got one coach preparing a scout for Auburn. One coach has already been working on LSU, so they flip-flop, one, always working ahead. But then you have one of the coaches that's their offensive guy. You got a coach that's their defensive guy. You got a guy that's just working with the big guys. You got a guy that's working with the guards. And then you have some individual coaches, I'm sure.
And then you have his son.
Yeah.
I actually don't know what he does. But
yeah. All right. We're caught up there on the Middleton Heat and Air text line.
Grades?
Yeah, let's do some grades real quick. I guess we're not in a I was looking at the clock. I was like, where are we? Do we need to take a break? Well, we don't have to. That's the flexibility we have with this post-game show. All right, I'll start at the top of the box score and work our way down. Malik Thomas, 17 points, 7 of 17 from the field, 3 of 8 from the three-point line. He had 3 rebounds, which is 3 more than he had against Kentucky.
Yep.
He had 3 assists, 1 foul, no turnovers, 2 steals in 40 minutes.
40 minutes. 17 points, 17 shots. I'll give him a B+.
I'll give him an A. He had a shot that should have gone.
That is true. Yeah,
and then all of a sudden he's 8 of 18. He's 4 of 8 from the three-point line. He didn't get to the free throw line.
No, nope.
He drove a lot.
Well,
but that was letting him play.
Yeah, they were letting him play.
I'm sure he was bumped a couple of times on some shots, and they didn't get the foul, which is fine. I'm sure Arkansas was doing some bumping and didn't get called too. So I'll give him an A. Darius Acuff, 24 points, 9 of 19 from the floor, 3 of 5 from the three-point line, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. That was good to see. 5 rebounds from Darius Acuff. He had 8 assists, 1 turnover, 8 assists in 38 minutes.
A. Yeah.
A. He makes a couple more shots, has a better shooting
percentage.
That's
the only thing.
That's an A+.
9 of 19. That's the only thing.
Trevin Brazile today, he played all 40 minutes, 7 of 12 from the floor, 2 of 6 from the three-point line, 3 of 5 from the free throw line, 8 rebounds, 4 assists from Trevin Brazile, and 4 blocked shots, 1 steal.
Very good Trevin Brazile game. I will also give him an A.
I'll give him an A. No doubt about it. I loved this matchup when I saw the thin Mississippi State post players and the guys that were guarding him, I'm like, this is a Trevin Brazile game. They're not going to be physical with him, and if you're not going to be physical with him, he's going to have a good game.
Yep.
Good job, Trevin. Nick Pringle, 6 points, 2 of 2 from the floor, 2 of 4 from the three-point line, or from the free throw line.
If he was taking threes, it'd be
11
nice.
Rebounds for Nick Pringle, 1 assist. By the way, he had 3 offensive rebounds. And all 3 were really good rebounds. He went up and got them. He had another one, and he may have gotten credit for it because he brought it in, but he took it down low when he landed, and they tied him up. And I was like, God, if he keeps that ball high, then that's probably a foul. But anyway, back to it, 11 rebounds. He had 1 assist. He had 3 turnovers. One was on he was trying to set a pick, and they called him.
Offensive foul.
That was offensive foul. I'm not sure about the other turnovers. I don't remember them. But he played 28 minutes.
Nick Pringle, my expectations for him are not high. Therefore, I think for a Nick Pringle game, this is an A.
This is an A. After a no-show against Kentucky, and you come back and give me 11 rebounds, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
His points.
I don't care what he does scoring.
No doubt. Hopefully those are just a cuff or a guard driving in, alley-oop, or handoff to him, dunk.
Easy baskets.
Yes, that's kind of like what their big guy did. Yeah. That's Nick Pringle's role on the offensive side, but go get some rebounds. 3 offensive rebounds, 11 in all. A for Nick Pringle. Billy Richmond, 14 points, 7 of 11 from the floor. He missed both his threes. He had 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He had 1 turnover, 1 block shot in 25 minutes.
Loved his energy. I'll give him. He may be the one A+. I may give him an A, though. I'm going to give him an A.
I'm going to give him an A because he got in foul trouble.
That's true.
And he had to go to the bench. And the team is different without him on the floor. When he is out there, this dude is making plays defensively, offensively. He's rebounding. I'll say it again. I wish they had 8 Billy Richmonds.
If they could shoot. Make it a little tough.
All right, 7 Billy Richmonds and 1 shooter. That's a point guard that can run the team and can shoot a 3. Down to Malik Ewan. Now that we found out that he had a shoulder injury, 2 points, 1 of 2 from the floor. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 1 block shot, 2 steals from Malik Ewan in 14 minutes.
I mean, he was injured. I'll give him a C for average.
How about an incomplete?
There we go. That's a good. If we don't have to give him a grade, I would not give him a grade.
And then now Isaiah Sealy, he had 6 points, 3 of 6 from the floor. He missed his only 3. He had 1 rebound, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 3 block shots. Isaiah Sealy playing 15 minutes, which has to be a career high in SEC play. Has to be.
Has to be. I mean, he probably hasn't played 10 minutes.
Probably just trash minutes, right?
Yeah, probably.
I don't know. Has
minutes.
He played in an SEC game in any meaningful minutes in an SEC game?
Let me figure out.
Did he come in one game in the first half when somebody got in foul trouble? I'm trying to think. They've only played 10 SEC games. You would think I could remember that.
I can't. I will figure out. I'm looking it up right now. What's your grade for him, though?
Oh, A, no doubt.
Yeah, I think so, too. He showed up in his minutes.
I'll tell you this. When he got the alley-oop, that bench erupted, and that gave the team a spark. You know, when you got a guy that's busting it and playing in practice but not getting to play, and he gets an opportunity, and everybody knew on the team he was going to get a chance to play today, and he delivers, that creates something for the team, chemistry-wise.
His previous high in minutes played in SEC play was against Auburn, the game where we got blown out. He had 7 minutes.
Okay. So
he had played 10 total minutes in SEC play prior to today.
Some trash minutes, and then the Auburn game, which is a blowout,
which was almost all trash, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, A for Sealy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree.
All right, there we go. There's your grade for the players. When we come back, we'll wrap this thing up. We'll take a look at the games that are going on in the SEC and the schedule for today in the SEC. Stick around. This is the Bet Saracen Razorback Basketball Postgame Show live from Walk-Ons.
Arkansas Roundballers Big Joe Klein and Pat Bradley pontificate on Bet Saracen.
People ask me, what do basketball players know about football? What say you, Joe?
I explained that anyone can run up and down a grass field with a screwy-shaped ball, but it takes finesse to strategically launch a basketball from long distances at an 18-inch diameter steel hoop.
Dang, Joe, you sure are smart.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Hey, it's Brooke here, and at Chris Crane Hyundai, we've got a huge selection of pre-loved vehicles like never before. Late models loaded with new technology? Check. Payments to fit any budget? Check. Silverados, Civics, Broncos, and more. Check, check, check. Banks that love to say yes? You know it.
Our pre-loved inventory has never been better than now. Come visit your friends at Chris Crane Hyundai on Museum Road in Conway and online at chriscranehyundai.com.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa. Oh yeah, we just had Christmas and now it's Valentine's Day. But don't worry, we still got you covered. You can do a Be Mine spa time, a 60-minute relaxation massage, and a specialized facial for $125. Or check out our couples therapy. Enjoy a hands-on couples massage workshop guided by a licensed massage therapist. We have all packages of sizes and gifts and candles and candy. Go to avabelladayspa.com and you can choose everything there or come see us. Thanks. Happy Valentine's Day.
Hi, I'm Michael from the War and Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5 milligram, 1 milligram, and 2 milligrams.
Sound familiar? At Mattress Firm, we understand there are many problems that can keep you up at night, like snoring, aches and pains, or sleeping hot. Our sleep experts have the unrivaled know-how to match you with a mattress that can help. And now at Mattress Firm, save up to $700, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy Posturepedic mattresses. For the great sleep you deserve, visit Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Dan Cook, Monica Reiners, or Brian Kress in North Little Rock today.
The 36th Annual Reliance Bank Big Buck Classic, February 6th through the 8th at the State Fairgrounds, presented by Arkansas Best Chevy Dealers. Listen for the Big Buck Sounder to get qualified on air or register at Big Buck to win a hunting rifle, a $1,000 gift certificate from Hunter's Refuge, or an Arkansas Game & Fish lifetime hunting license. The Arkansas Big Buck Classic, February 6th through the 8th, brought to you by Bradford Marine and ATV, Can-Am, Hunter's Refuge, Remington, Taka, Hunting Gear, and Outlaw Beer.
Middle of the floor, Thomas knocks it away. Loose ball, Malik comes out of there with it. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Acuff, three-pointer, good! Acuff at the horn knocks down the three. The Razorbacks force their 9th turnover of the first half, and it leads to a buzzer-beating three-pointer.
That's a big play. You know, it's a 20-point game, but
I mean, I guess it's play of the game.
yeah, no doubt. I mean, Mississippi State got down to 7, and Arkansas finished the half with that three on a 6-0 run, and all of a sudden it's a 13-point game, and you just think about the moods in the locker room heading into the half. Arkansas was feeling a lot better, 13-point lead. Mississippi State was like, man, we just cut it to 7, and in the blink of an eye, now it's back to 13. So that was big.
Yeah, that took the air out of the building for sure.
Well, I think if Thomas doesn't get that steal and they score, it's an 8-point, maybe a 7-point game at the half instead of Malik Thomas steal, a 3 at the buzzer, and that could have been a 6-point or a 5-point swing. All right, let's take a look at some of the games or what's going on in the SEC.
So the only other game that's wrapped up other than Arkansas is Missouri, who took down South Carolina 78-59. We got 2 games active right now. 50-50 Texas Ole Miss right now.
Wow.
minutes left in the second half. Texas was up pretty big in this early, but Ole Miss was stormed back.
Ole Miss, remember, had scored 11 points in the first 10.5 minutes of the game. And I was like, God, this is ugly.
The only other game active, Oklahoma is up 10-2 on Vanderbilt early. 17 minutes left, 17 and a half minutes left in the first half in that game, so very early, of course.
How about this? 2 games completed, 2 road victories. And then you got Ole Miss at Texas,
just
tied. Yeah, just took the lead, and then Oklahoma on the road beating Vanderbilt. This could be a crazy day in the SEC.
Day of the road teams. And then,
by the way, this week, midweek games, home teams went 4-0. I keep up with that. It's just I like keeping an eye on how SEC teams do at home.
Next up at 3 o'clock here in about 20 minutes, Alabama will face Auburn. Iron Bowl in basketball.
That's nice.
On ESPN2. Then after that at 5 o'clock, Georgia will travel to LSU. And then we talked about the 2 kind of marquee games in the SEC today. It'll be 25th ranked Tennessee traveling to Kentucky at 7:30 on ESPN. And then 17th ranked Florida will travel to College Station to take on Texas A&M at 7:30 as well on the SEC network.
It's a great game. 2 first-place teams tied at 7-2. And look, Tennessee, Kentucky. Tennessee had Kentucky down by like 18, I think, in the first half. And Kentucky came all the way back and won that game at Tennessee earlier this season. So you would think that Tennessee's got a little chip on their shoulder, a little motivation to get a little payback against Kentucky.
We were asked by one of our friends who was sitting here with us earlier today why Texas A&M was not ranked and how they could be atop the SEC and not be ranked. And we looked at their schedule, and they really hadn't played very many teams.
Not many quality wins.
Yeah, not many quality SEC teams.
Yep.
They've been beaten up on the LSUs and Mississippi States of the world.
Well, hey, got a chance tonight to send a little message, and it might get them ranked. They did lose earlier this week at Alabama.
Probably would, I think, if
might
Florida.
Kind of last thing on the voters' mind, a big victory over Florida. So, all right, enjoy the game tonight. The games tonight. We'll be back here at Walk-Ons Tuesday night. LSU 8 o'clock start, so it'll be a late post-game show. But come on out to Walk-Ons, watch the game with us. It's always a lot of fun, always some great food at Walk-Ons. We appreciate them having us, and we appreciate Bet Saracen for sponsoring the Razorback Basketball postgame show. That's it for today. Hogs win, 20-point victory. They get it done at Mississippi State. Now we'll see if they can do it at LSU. Thanks for listening. We'll be back on the Buzz Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.